Hey my friends, welcome back to a new video. Today we'll be talking about signs that you can recognize, that you have been contacted by them, by your spirit guides, and you may not even know it. So we are living in a times where it's truly important to recognize that whatever we are moving through, we are never alone in that process. Often, if we are sensing and experiencing our lives just through our physical five senses, everything seems like we are alone having that human experience, nobody understands us, and life seems kinda lonely, or whatever is happening. But then we close our eyes, we fall into sleep, we go traveling through dreams and we experience all possible different things. Sometimes you meet other beings, sometimes you meet your loved ones, sometimes you meet your friends in there. A whole another dimension. So often we get also a feeling like there is a presence with us, especially at our darkest moments. And suddenly we experience a sense of care, or we experience a sense of feeling safe, a sense of safety. So in any ancient tradition, people believed that there are beings on higher dimensions which are taking care for us, helping us to stay on the right path, so we can evolve as the soul beings in that physical form. And as we see what is happening on the world right now, one of the greatest reasons why all those things are happening is because we as humans have lost that connection with the greatest nature from within. We've lost that connection, and it's about time to recognize once again that we are actually always connected with that infinite internal world. Actually worlds, spirits, guides, and your higher self, of course. So how to recognize that you have been contacted by your spirit guides? And how to use that guidance, how to translate that guidance so you can know what your spirit guides want you to know. So you can walk the greatest path of your soul, and you can always stay in alignment with yourself, even in dark times, even in hard times. Actually, our guides always are reminding us that if we are not paying attention to them, we will find ourselves in the dark moments, so we can turn our attention back into light, right? So we are experiencing dark moments so we could enlighten ourselves once again. But if we stay in that alignment, we don't need to go through dark moments, because we are aligned with ourselves, with our higher self, with the greater consciousness. And we're walking the path with purpose, with a mission, with a higher energy, so we can help others, so we can generate that more loving, more compassionate, more kind energy, so we can awaken those who are still asleep, right? So what's the first sign that you can recognize in your life that you have been contacted by your spirit guides? I would call it the spontaneous, repetitive thoughts. Because often we can experience, like out of nowhere, there comes a thought like you need to check something immediately, or you need to call someone immediately, and you feel a sense of importance. Or there's a thought, you need to forgive that person. This one is right now the most powerful that many people are experiencing. We're all still holding to some things, right? And often we call it a random thought, and usually we ignore them. I will tell you why they are so important. Often we experience a thought, let go of that. Forgive to that person, call that person. Tell that person that you love her or him. Call your family, your loved ones, and tell them that you love them, or whatever it is. We experience these random thoughts, and if we are ignoring them, they will start repeating. They will start repeating until we start questioning it. That's how our spirit guides from higher realms, looking down onto us, are actually reminding us, because our mind is like a field, like a cloud of frequencies, of different vibrations. And because they are not in physical form, they can only interact through vibrational signals. They can only interact through vibrational signals, so they will not tap you onto your shoulders, but they can interact with your thoughts. They can help you to recognize the right thoughts. So pay attention if you're experiencing repetitive thoughts, like a certain specific thought is constantly repeating, and maybe you sense an importance connected to that thought. For me, it was at the beginning, I was sensing the thought that I need to start expressing myself also through videos. When I started making art, and I always felt like it's not enough, I can give more. I always felt that. And I was always experiencing thoughts like, start making videos. So at the beginning of my painting journey, I started making videos, but I felt like I'm not actually getting truly the right message here. I'm not getting the right message, so I started questioning what I'm actually feeling. And every time when we start questioning, your guides will notice that now you're paying attention, and signs will get more clear. It's truly important to understand it. If you sense something important, start questioning it, and you will start receiving truly powerful answers. So it took me some time to figure out what I'm actually sensing. And then one day in meditation, I received a truly powerful thought, an important thought, what to do. Connect your painting videos with messages. And that's where when I started doing what I'm doing now. I started a bit differently at the beginning, but then everything was guiding me into where I am now. And now I'm experiencing, here and there I feel I need to make some changes, and now I have much greater connection than back at that time. So I know as soon as I experience certain thoughts that I know exactly what I need to do. Sometimes journaling can help me. So try it out. If you're experiencing thoughts which can be connected to the senses of importance, you can become aware that there's a certain percentage of importance connected with those thoughts. It's a great sign that your spirit guides are communicating with you. So you should pay more attention to it. Never ignore that. If a certain thought is constantly repeating and it has a sense of importance, it is most probably coming from your guides. It can also be a negative thought, because they want you to cleanse yourself from that. So negative thoughts will be repeating, so you can finally recognize, oh, I'm still attached to that way of thinking, which means it's still a part of your identity. To let go of it is to change it for something better, to change a certain thought for a more empowering one. For example, if let's say your negative thought is, I'm always getting sick, change it for, I'm so happy that my health is improving. And by consistent repetition of catching yourself every time you're thinking your thoughts, your guides are celebrating with you because you are doing a great job. So pay attention to that. Then the second sign a truly huge one. They are communicating with you through dreams. So how it is possible? As I mentioned before, in dreams, we are not in that physical dimension. Our body is sleeping, but our awareness is traveling through dimensions, through memories, through experiences, through imagination, through all possible realms and portals, and right? If you're remembering your dreams, most probably you have at least one memory or two or three of the dreams which were completely different than all other dreams, and they stayed in your memory for a special reason. So become aware if you're experiencing here and there certain dreams which is much harder to explain them. Of course, often we are dreaming about unresolved memories, sometimes about unresolved fears, sometimes about unresolved pain, and also about the joyful moments. But there's always purpose behind those dreams. When it comes to fears, often in our dreams we are experiencing opportunities to learn to control what you are afraid of. Learn if you can react better, if you can find a healthier way to react towards the circumstances. But here and there we are meeting different beings in dreams. Can you remember this kind of dreams? Write in the comments below. Let's see how many of you are actually having this kind of dreams, because often people are afraid to talk about it. But remember that there's many people actually having this kind of dreams, and more of those things are happening right now because the frequency is rising, so more people are connecting back to that greater part of life, back to that spiritual part of life from which we are actually never separated. More and more people are becoming aware of that part of life, so more and more people are actually experiencing those kind of moments through their dreams. So if you're meeting certain beings in your dreams which are providing you an important message for your life's path right now, when you will wake up, write what happened. Write what happened. And guides often can manifest in different forms. So often it can happen that like you're dreaming and there's like a Chinese philosopher giving you a profound wisdom. And you wake up and you're wondering what just happened. But oh wow, yeah, that message was really profound. And you like for the whole day you're wondering what just happened. That's where your spirit guides are communicating with you. So pay attention to the message. It's not so important like in what kind of form it appeared, but what kind of message you've received. Every time you recognize it, they are celebrating with you. And you can celebrate, oh, I've just recognized the message. Oh, I'm so grateful. So celebrate, always celebrate. Always when you get closer to a greater realization, celebrate it. They love when you're celebrating. They love to see you celebrating. They love to see you happy. They love to see you joyful. So, my friends, if you're receiving any kind of these messages in dreams, even sometimes for people happen, they experience some negative beings, which trigger a lot of fear within them. It's again a universe communicating to you through some, we could call it a negative entity, which is your reminder. It is a bit scarier experience, but it is your reminder that there's a great amount of fearful, lower vibration present within your body, and it's time to cleanse it. You need to cleanse it. If you're experiencing this kind of dreams, it's important to cleanse your energy. Meditate. You can make in ancient times, they were paying a lot of attention to chakras, aligning our energy centers. Now science is approving that because we can measure the energy. You can do an alignment of your energy centers, and your body's energy will rise up, and you will cleanse yourself from any negative energy. Then gratitude will help you appreciate who you are, appreciate what you have, appreciate your improvement, appreciate where you are, express gratitude for the people in your life, express gratitude for that divine guidance, express gratitude for your mind, express gratitude for your body. It will help you to raise your energy. Then do some yoga, do some movement, do a workout. When the negative energy is present in our tissues, in our muscles, in our physical form, we can just shake it off. We can go for a run. We can do a workout. We can lift some heavy weights. We can go under the cold shower and we will shake off that negative energy. There's many different methods. So don't be afraid. The point is that you overcome fear. Those things are happening for us. So we recognize, oh, that's still present in my body. Let's overcome it. That's what your guides want you to understand. So always pay attention to that. Never be afraid of, maybe it's natural to be triggered, but don't think you are under a certain curse because that happened. It's your reminder. Cleanse yourself so you can thrive once again. Then, as I mentioned before, spirit guides are on those higher realms where they can only help us, or they can only express themselves through with interacting with vibrational signals. So often we can experience that the spirit guides wants to communicate with you when you are experiencing a strange electrical disturbance. Right? You're walking through the city at the night time, and then there's a light starts blinking. How often it happened to you? We could say, oh, is it a coincidence? Or there's something else. But as we all know, there is no such a thing as a coincidence. So many people went by that light, but to you it started blinking. I remember when I was much younger, before I started my self-realization journey, I was walking when I was going from the school to home. During winter, if I was a bit late, I remember I was walking through the city by a certain light, and the same light every single day started blinking. And I was always asking my friends, which sometimes here and there went by that light, I asked them, do you notice that? And nobody was paying attention to it. So why I was always paying attention to it? I couldn't understand it at that time. But a truly interesting thing happened. Every time I went by, I've experienced a rush of higher energy in my body. Truly strong energy in my body. I couldn't understand it why back at that time. But often we can't understand those things on a conscious level. But deep in our subconscious mind, there are always answers. We can get to those answers through meditation, tapping into our subconscious mind by disconnecting from our environment. So your spirit guides always want you to take time for yourself and disconnect from your physical reality. Shut off your 5 physical senses and connect back with your internal senses, intuitive senses, your third eye, or better said, your first eye, and sense what is happening within you or what was happening within you while you were not aware of that internal happening, you will see that maybe some memories will pop up immediately, and they will explain you what actually happened at that time. And you will experience a download of a certain information, something you need to know. So always pay attention to that. There's many more signs we could recognize that our spirit guides and our higher self and the higher consciousness and angels, or however you want to call these beings. Even though there is no scientific proof to that, there's many evidences, especially if we go into ancient knowledge. And as I said before yesterday, Native Americans said, the prophecy, there will be a time where people will start learning again the ancient knowledge, and they will connect back with the Great Spirit, and they will make a heaven on earth again. So, and we can all notice that just right now we are in those times again. As science, the new science, started researching the ancient knowledge, and they're finding a truly great, harmonic, coherent connection, that everything they knew is actually more real than anything we know now, or everything we've been told. They knew everything much, much better than anything we've been told in our lifetimes. So I think it's important. My friends, never ignore the signs. And let me know if you would like to know more about that. We can make more videos about it, because right now I think it's really important to know that, to be aware of that. So let me know what you think in the comments below, and I hope you've enjoyed today's painting. If you would like to learn to paint with me, go and check out my other YouTube channel, link is in the description below. Art Time is the name of it, and thank you so much to all of you for supporting my art in my Etsy shop, I Draw My Passion. You are all truly appreciated. Leave a comment to raise some love, because the world needed the most right now. So raise some love in the comment section. And till next time, with lots of blessings, lots of power and lots of love, have a beautiful day and see you soon. One love.